Welcome back to English Spec Nest, the place where your English doesn't just improve, it transforms the way people listen to you.
Grab your coffee, get comfortable, because this one might just change the way you walk into work tomorrow morning.
Okay, Ethan, I have to say it. That intro almost made me nervous about speaking at work, and I literally do it for a living.
Right? I was getting into it. I was like, wow, am I the narrator of a Netflix documentary now?
In a world where Ethan can't stop using big words.
Hey, easy. I've worked hard on that voice.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Olivia.
And I'm Ethan. And if this is your first time hanging out with us, first of all, hi. We're so glad you're here. Pull up a chair. We're basically just two friends with microphones, and you get to listen in.
And if you've been with us a while, hey, welcome back. Thank you for keeping us company on your commute, your walk, your lunch break, your dishes, wherever you are right now.
Olivia, I have to ask, before we dive in, do you remember the first time you realized speaking well at work actually mattered? Like the moment it hit you?
Oh my gosh, yes. And it was painful. We'll get into it. But first, let's set the stage, because this topic is bigger than people think.
Way bigger. Let's go. So here's the thing. Most people think speaking better at work means using fancy vocabulary or sounding really polished and corporate. And honestly, that's not it at all.
Then what is it?
It's about being understood. It's about being trusted. It's about saying the right thing in the right tone at the right moment. That's the real skill.
Yes, and let me add one. It's about not shrinking. So many people, especially when English isn't their first language, they have these incredible ideas and they shrink. They make themselves smaller in meetings.
Oh, that's heartbreaking and so common.
It is, and I want everyone listening right now to hear this. Your ideas are not smaller than anyone else's. Your accent is not a flaw. Your pauses are not weakness. We're going to fix the delivery, not the person.
Mic drop already? It's 2 minutes in.
I'm just warmed up. Let me have my coffee first.
Okay, so let me throw out the question that I think is on everybody's mind. Why do smart, talented, hardworking people sometimes sound less confident than people who actually know less than them?
Ooh, that's a juicy one.
Because I've seen it. I've watched it happen. The smartest person in the room stays quiet, and the loudest person, who maybe knows half as much, runs the meeting.
I think it's because we're taught to value being right, but we're not taught how to sound right. Those are two different skills.
Oh, that's good. Say that again.
Being right and sounding right are two different skills.
And you can have one without the other. That's wild.
And the goal is to have both, because brilliance that nobody hears doesn't change anything.
Okay, you teased it earlier. Tell me the story. The moment you realized speaking well at work matters.
Okay, so this was years ago. I was maybe 24, 25, and I was in my first real corporate job. And I had this idea, this amazing idea for a campaign. I had researched it, I had data, I had everything.
Okay, I'm with you.
And in the meeting, I raised my hand and I said, and I'll never forget this, I said, I don't know if this is a good idea, but maybe we could try something kind of like, I don't know, maybe a social media thing?
Oh, no.
I know. All those words, I don't know, kinda, maybe. I buried my own idea before anyone could even hear it.
And what happened?
Crickets. Total crickets. The conversation moved on. And then, and this is the part that broke me, 20 minutes later, a guy named Dave, great guy, but he just said, I think we should run a focused social media campaign. Here's why. Same idea. Same exact idea. And the room lit up. Dave, brilliant! Dave, run with it!
Olivia.
I went home that night and I cried in my car. Not because Dave stole my idea. He didn't. He genuinely had the same thought. I cried because I realized I had given my idea away. By the way I said it.
Wow.
And that was the night I decided I'm never going to undersell myself with my words again.
That's powerful. And I think a lot of people listening right now just relived their own version of that.
Okay, so let's get practical. Because we don't want anyone driving home and crying in their car tonight.
Please, no.
First lesson. And Olivia just lived it. Cut the filler.
Yes. The ums, the uhs, the kind ofs, the maybes, I'm not sure, but...
Now look, pauses are fine. Pauses are good. A confident pause is way more powerful than a nervous But the fillers we're talking about, they shrink your authority.
So instead of, I think maybe we could try this? I don't know.
I'd recommend we try this. Here's why.
Same idea, completely different person delivering it.
Same idea, totally different career.
Okay, tip number 2, and this one changed my life. Lead with the headline.
What do you mean?
So most people, when they speak at work, they tell a story, they start with background, they give context, they build up, they explain. And by the time they get to the actual point, everyone is tuned out.
Guilty.
Right? We all do it. But in a professional setting, you want to flip it. Start with the punchline. Start with the conclusion. Then back it up.
So instead of, so I was looking at the numbers and I noticed something interesting, and after a few hours I started to think, you'd say,
Our customer churn jumped 12% last month. I think I know why. Can I share?
oh yes, I'm already leaning forward. Tell me more.
Right? That's the magic. Lead with the headline. The whole room leans in.
Okay, your turn. Tell me your story. When did you learn this lesson?
Oh, mine is embarrassing.
Even better.
So early in my career, I worked for this manager. Let's call her Karen, because every story needs a Karen.
Naturally.
And Karen pulled me aside one day after a big presentation. I thought I crushed it. I had slides, I had jokes, I had data. I felt amazing.
Uh-oh.
She sits me down, looks me dead in the eye, and she says, Ethan, you talk like a thesaurus had a panic attack.
No, she did not.
She did. And honestly, she was right. I was using these huge corporate words to sound smart. Synergize, leverage, optimize bandwidth. I sounded like a LinkedIn post.
Oh my gosh.
And she told me, Ethan, smart people don't sound complicated. Smart people sound simple.
That's good.
That was my turning point. I stopped trying to sound smart. I started trying to sound clear. And weirdly, that's when people started treating me like the smart one.
Because clarity is intelligence. Confusion isn't sophistication.
Exactly.
Hey, real quick, if you're enjoying this conversation and getting something out of it, can I ask a little favor?
If you're loving this episode and you want more English podcast conversations like this, real, useful, practical English you can actually use, don't forget to subscribe to English Spec Nest and turn on the notification bell.
It really, really helps us, and it means we get to keep showing up for you week after week. So thank you, truly.
Okay, back to the good stuff.
Okay, so we've talked about filler, we've talked about leading with the headline, but there's something we haven't touched on yet, and it might be the most important one.
Tone?
Tone, the how you say it. Because you can say the right words in the wrong tone, and it lands completely differently.
Oh, this is so true. Let me give you an example. The phrase, I have a question, right? 4 words.
Okay.
I have a question.
Oh, that one's apologizing for existing.
I have a question.
Same words, total power shift.
And here's the secret. You don't have to be loud to be powerful. You don't have to be aggressive. You just have to be grounded. Speak from your chest, not from your throat. Slow down. Don't rush.
Wait, say more about that. Speak from your chest?
When people are nervous, their voice rises. It gets thin. It gets fast. It comes from up here. But when you're grounded, calm, certain, your voice drops a little. It comes from your chest, and it carries weight.
That's actually science, too. Studies show lower-pitched, slower speech is perceived as more authoritative.
Yep. Not because deep voices are better, but because calm voices are trusted.
Always. Ask better questions.
Not give better answers?
Not give better answers. Ask better questions. Because the person asking the question controls the room.
Whoa. Okay, give me an example.
So instead of jumping in with your opinion right away, try something like, can I ask, what's the outcome we're hoping for here? Or what would success look like for this project? Or what's the biggest concern people aren't saying out loud?
Oh, that last one is spicy.
Right? That last one, what's the concern nobody's saying out loud, is a power move. It opens the whole conversation up.
And it shows you're thinking about the room, not just yourself.
Exactly. Good questions show emotional intelligence. They show you listen. They show you think. And honestly, they make you unforgettable in meetings.
Olivia, I want to get real for a second.
Yeah, let's get real.
We can talk about tips all day. Filler words, headlines, tone, questions. But I think the real reason most people struggle to speak well at work isn't a vocabulary problem. It's not even a language problem.
What is it?
It's fear. It's the fear of being judged, the fear of sounding stupid, the fear that if you open your mouth and say the wrong thing, people will think less of you.
Yeah.
And especially if English isn't your first language, there's this extra layer, this little voice that says, what if they hear my accent? What if I use the wrong word? What if they laugh?
Oh, that hits.
And I just want to say this to anybody listening. That fear, it's not weakness. It's care. You care about being understood. You care about being respected. That's not a flaw. That's a sign that you're a good person who wants to do good work.
Wow. Yeah.
But here's the truth. The people who succeed at speaking at work, they didn't get rid of the fear. They just learned to speak anyway.
Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the action despite it.
Exactly.
Can I share something kind of personal?
Always.
When I first started recording podcasts, I hated my voice. I really did. I thought it sounded too high. I thought I talked too fast. I would record an episode, and then I would listen back and just cringe.
I had no idea.
And one day, my producer at the time, she said something that changed everything. She said, Olivia, the people listening to you don't want a perfect voice. They want a real one. They want a voice that sounds like a friend. And I realized I'd been trying to sound like everyone else, trying to be polished, trying to be smooth. But what people connect to is realness. So now, when I speak at work, when I record, when I'm anywhere, I try to just sound like me. Imperfect, honest, human.
And that's why people listen.
That's why anyone listens. To anyone.
You know what? You just made me think of something. We've been talking this whole time about speaking. But the best communicators I know, they're actually the best listeners.
Yes. 1,000%.
Most people, when someone else is talking in a meeting, they're not listening. They're just waiting for their turn.
Loading their next sentence.
Exactly. Loading their argument. And the second the other person stops talking, they go boom, and they completely miss what was actually said.
And people feel when you're not listening. They can tell. And it changes how they see you.
So here's a tiny challenge for everyone listening. Tomorrow, in your next meeting, instead of preparing your response, try this. Just listen. Like, really listen. And then, when it's your turn, start with what I'm hearing is, and reflect back what they said. Then add your thought.
Oh, that's so good. People will think you're a genius.
Because you'll be the only one who's actually paying attention.
Okay, I want to do something fun. Let's do a what would you do moment.
Let's do it.
Imagine this. You're in a meeting. Your boss says something and you completely disagree. Like you think they're wrong, but everyone else is nodding along. What do you do?
Ooh, tough one.
Do you stay quiet? Do you push back? How do you push back without sounding rude?
I think the magic phrase is, can I offer a different perspective?
Ooh, that's good.
Because it's respectful. It's not, I disagree. It's not, you're wrong. It's, I see it a little differently. Can I share? That phrase has saved my career like 3 times.
I love that. Mine would be, help me understand. Because then it sounds like I'm asking to learn, but I'm actually pushing back gently.
Oh, that's sneaky good.
A little sneaky, a little smart.
Can I share one more quick story? This one's actually about written communication, but I think it applies.
Please.
A few years ago, I sent an email to a colleague, and I wrote, please send me the report ASAP.
Oh.
And he came into my office, visibly upset, and said, why are you yelling at me? And I was like, I wasn't yelling, it was an email. And he said, it felt aggressive.
Yeah.
And that was a huge lesson for me. The words you choose, even in writing, they carry tone, they carry feeling. Please send the report ASAP feels demanding. But hey, would you be able to send that report when you get a chance today? Need it for a 4 p.m. call. Same request, totally different feeling.
And it's the same in spoken English. Soft framing, clear ask.
Exactly. When you get a chance, if you have a moment, would you mind? These little phrases change everything.
Okay, I want to land this plane with the most important truth of the whole episode.
Go.
Confidence at work is not something you're born with. It's something you build, one small win at a time.
Yes.
Speak up in one meeting, just one. Say one thing. Then next week, say 2 things. Then next month, lead a discussion. Then someday, you're the one running the meeting. And nobody remembers when you were the quiet one in the corner.
Including you.
Including you! You'll forget you were ever scared.
And that's the thing. Every confident speaker you've ever admired started exactly where you are. Nervous, unsure, wondering if they sound dumb. Every single one of them.
So the question isn't, am I good enough to speak up? The question is, am I willing to grow?
And if you're listening to this podcast, in another language even, just to get better at speaking, you've already answered that question. The answer is yes.
The answer is yes.
You know, Olivia, as we wrap up, I keep thinking about something.
What's on your mind?
We started this episode talking about how the way you speak at work is your career. But honestly, I think it's bigger than that.
How so?
I think the way we speak shapes the way we live, the way we treat ourselves, the way people treat us, the opportunities that find us, the relationships we build, the lives our kids see us living.
Yeah.
When you finally find your voice at work, something shifts in you. You walk taller. You sleep better. You stop replaying conversations at 2 a.m. You stop shrinking. You start being. That's beautiful. And I want everyone listening, wherever you are right now, whatever job you have, whatever your English level, I want you to know your voice matters. The world needs your ideas. The world needs your perspective. Don't bury it in ums and maybes. Don't give it to someone else like Olivia did with Dave.
Don't be a Dave.
Don't give it to a Dave. And to anyone listening who feels like they've been quiet for too long, I want you to know it's not too late. It's never, ever too late. The next meeting, the next conversation, the next email, that can be your starting line. Your starting line.
Start today. Just one sentence said with intention. One question asked with confidence. One pause taken with purpose. That's how it begins.
So if you take one thing from this whole episode, let it be this. Speaking better at work isn't about being perfect. It's about being present. Present in your words. Present in your tone. Present in the room.
And the more present you are, the more powerful you become.
Beautifully said.
And remember, your accent isn't a problem. Your pauses aren't weakness. Your nerves aren't proof that you don't belong. They're proof that you care. And caring is a superpower.
Wow. What a conversation.
That went deep. I love it when we go deep.
To everyone listening right now, thank you. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for spending this time with us. We know your time is precious, and the fact that you chose to spend it here with us, it means the world.
So now I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. What do you think about this topic? What's the hardest part of speaking at work for you? Is it the fear, the fillers, the tone, the accent? Tell us. We read every single comment and we genuinely love hearing from you.
And tell us your stories. Have you ever had a Dave moment? Have you ever found your voice in a way that surprised you? Share it. Your story might help someone else find theirs.
And if this episode helped you in any way, even just a little bit, please hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to English Speak Nest, turn on notifications, share this episode with a friend who needs to hear it. That one click helps us so much and helps more people find this little corner of the internet where we're all just trying to grow together.
We've got so many incredible episodes coming up. You don't want to miss them.
Until next time, take a deep breath, stand a little taller, speak a little slower, and remember, your voice matters.
I'm Ethan,
And I'm Olivia.
and this has been English Speak Nest. We'll see you next time.
Take care of yourselves out there.
Bye, everyone.